Hello?
Jason Aaron?
Yes?
It's time for an AR ambush!
Could we do that again with more enthusiasm?
It's time for an AR ambush.
That's better.
Is it a good time?
Sure.
All right, you're being recorded right now, Jason Aaron.
I'm ready.
All
What
right.
you got for me?
So you're the writer of Thanos Rising.
Thanos Rising, yes.
Now, what of yourself have you put into this character? This horrible, horrible, genocidal character.
If you had read the book, you'd probably not want to know the answer to that question. Yeah. The young Thanos is a very troubled, murderous young guy.
Yeah.
But I would say Thanos, like me, has had let's say, a troubled adolescent history of love affairs. So mine were never quite as morose or perhaps disturbing as his. But we all, Thanos and I, both had our troubles.
You did a lot of
adolescent Romeos.
I'm sorry. Repeat that last part. I interrupted you.
No, I just said Thanos and I both had our troubles as adolescent Romeos.
Well, you've overcome yours.
Yes, I'm married now, so I have no more troubles in that department.
Now, I know you did a ton of research, both on the comic side, looking at a lot of the old, particularly the Jim Starlin stories, but you also did a lot of research into real-world maniacs as well. Yes, I certainly went back and read a lot of the Jim Starlin stuff. A lot of it I had read over the years. Some of it I had never read. There's a lot of good stuff in there. You know, it's a long story of Thanos that Starlin wove through a lot of different books over the course of several years. Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the story that we're doing in Thanos Rising, his origin, bits and pieces of that had been dropped here and there, but a lot of it had never been told. So we're kind of pulling all that together and filling in the cracks. But with the real world side of it, that's unfortunately that's something I didn't have to do too much research in, and that I had, in addition to my adolescent love troubles, I had that sort of dark serial killer obsession phase. Maybe the two are somehow linked. I'm not sure. Maybe that's something
quite possibly
to think about. So I had a period where I was pretty obsessed or fascinated with serial killers. So a lot of that kind of wove into this book.
Are you having fun getting Simone's pages every week?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Simone, I've never worked with him before. I've always been a fan of his stuff, and he's the perfect guy for this. I mean, he's got that perfect combination of, his stuff is pretty, it's pretty to look at, but there's an ugliness to it, there's a grittiness to it. So he's got he does a great job of drawing these crazy sci-fi settings and all these different whacked out costumes. And I don't really give him any direction for that stuff. I mean, he just kind of goes crazy with it.
Yeah, I tend to think he's doing the work of his career on this. It's just beautiful to look at.
Right, and I you say that sometimes. It's not like I would take credit for that. I think it's just the right project for him.
Yeah.
And he was excited about this book from day one.
He sure was. All right, well, that's the end of your AR ambush, Jason.
I can go back to work now?
You can go back to work writing Wolverine and the X-Men, or
Thor, God of Thunder.
Thor, God of Thunder, or your revival of Little Speedball. In complete contrast to everything else you write.
You laugh. I would love to do Speedball.
That'll get people
Make that
talking.
happen.
All right, approved.
Cool.
All right, sir. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
I love you.
Make sure you put that in the AR.
Oops. Goodbye.
All right, see you.